Alright, people. No introductions. I'm just gonna get right into this. I really do think, and I'm not sure how everybody else feels about this, but I really love this Raw. I guess because for someone who is just as old school as me, it is wonderful and refreshing to see all the wrestlers of old again. And I always love it when the WWE pays homage to their past. I know that I've actually done a video before saying that they should not depend on their legends to actually move forward, but this was a different Raw. This was paying homage to their past. This was respecting their past to move on to the present and the future. And I loved this Raw. It was awesome how they had The Undertaker literally start off the show, showing that, yes, people, there is going to be a streak, and I confirmed it. Sure, we've already knew that The Undertaker was wrestling, and we already knew that the streak was going to happen, but for those that didn't really pay attention to all the spoilers, good for you. He confirmed it on the show. Yes, there is going to be a streak. I love that. Seriously, I really did. And in classic CM Punk fashion, you know he's going to come out and claim his stake on the streak. You know that the Big Show is going to come out and claim his stake on the streak. You know other people the Randy Orton's going to come out and claim his stake on the streak. And Sheamus is going to claim his stake on the streak. You knew that the streak was going to be claimed when The Undertaker pretty much let everyone know that, hey, I'm here. But this is going to be probably for another video for another time, but I'm so used to The Undertaker choosing his opponents, it kind of makes me wonder if there is a little bit of lack of respect for the people that he picked. I mean, for the people that were chosen, seeing how Vicky had to make the Fatal 4-Way match for the end to go against The Undertaker for the streak at WrestleMania. But that's another video for another time. But I have to say that, sure, some of the segments were a little bit meh, but especially with the Funkadactyls and the Funkasaurus. I love the Funkasaurus, but it was to the point where I really did not care much about the match. I wish I did, but I didn't really care that much. But it was great to see the New Age Outlaws wrestle for the first time in so long against Epico and Primo. But I loved it. Like, it was so great to see Billy Gunn and Jesse James out there. It was awesome. And then, even though it's mediocre at best, not like anybody really cared, we saw the debut of Fandango. And I literally did everything in my power not to make a joke about this guy's name. But seriously, he sucks on the mic. I'm not going to lie. They made the biggest mistake in releasing a new guy when he sucks so hard on the mic that you literally don't care about the character. He's supposed to be a heel. He's barely getting heel heat. And don't get me wrong, the Buffalo crowd was awesome. They made the show better because they were hyped up the whole night. There was probably a few times when they got lost. But this time, when poor Kofi, as jobbing as he is to every match out there, which makes me sad how completely complacent they are about Kofi's career. He is out there waiting for a match. He got Fandango, whatever, coming out and literally not doing anything because his name is not being pronounced. Sure, I would care if you literally had a voice like a jerk and literally acted like one. But this guy was such a freaking newbie that he really did not even know how to get in his character. And his outfit was straight up Jomo. Like, seriously. It seemed like he probably raided John Morrison's old wrestling attire and put it on. Like, I'm not gonna lie. He looked like he was classic Jomo. Except for the glasses that didn't have, like, little Swarovski crystal crosses on them. But still, all I know is that he really needs to improve on the mic before he can ever debut again. And having, like, a freaking ballroom dancer come out there to present you, okay, sure, we know that has to represent your gimmick. And the fact that you have a ballroom dancing gimmick, yeah, it's not the Attitude Era anymore. That stuff doesn't necessarily work. The Funkasaurus is trying to survive with that alone. But all in all, moving on from there, I have to say that it was nice of how they actually did say happy birthday to Mae Young, because Mae Young is the oldest the WWE Hall of Famer there is, and I think it was nice that they paid homage to her. But in classic CM Punk fashion, what's he going to do? Run straight through it for the main event. And I have to say that this was something that was already predicted. This was something that everybody kind of already knew, that if John Cena won that match when he put his spot up for grabs, if he won that match, it's gonna be him versus The Rock, and it's gonna be Taker versus Punk. You already knew that. But I have to say the match itself was really good. Even though people already knew, and they probably already had this in mind, they still wanted to give a great match and a great show for people out there who did not know. And I think they did a good job at that. But it wasn't really so much the matches themselves, it was the segments for me. The one biggest, and I know that a lot of people talk about Triple H's segment. Triple H's segment was a classic Triple H segment. It was a classic Triple H segment, going out there, pointing out to say what he wants, saying that I'm the game, I'm back, I'm going to get you, and that's classic Triple H fashion. So it really wasn't all that impressive, except for his hair. I'm surprised that he still has that whole buzz cut thing going. Maybe he's just like giving up, saying I lost my hair and I've shaved it. But anyway, it wasn't a powerful segment to me. The most powerful segment to me of the night was The Rock versus John Cena. It was. The Rock and Cena segment that they had in the ring together was probably one of the most intense, powerful segments I have seen in a while. They know that twice in a lifetime will probably not hit home for a lot of people, but they made this segment powerful enough. Even though they had built the last one in a year in advance, it was not as powerful as this segment now. And the reason why is because it is crunch time. It is March. You have a month and a half. No, you probably have a month. Yeah, you have a month and a half to literally get it together. To pretty much get a month and a whole week, or whatever, 5 weeks. Regardless of that, you still have to do all this to get it together and to make it powerful enough, and to make the casual fans, as well as other people watching, more invested enough to buy this pay-per-view. You got a month to pull this stuff off. And I think that what they did for that segment was really powerful. You kind of had a feeling that The Rock did not respect at all John Cena, what he did or anything like that. He did not respect him at all last year. But you know now that he actually does respect him a little bit more. But you also know that John Cena does not have any confidence in himself. And the way that they actually are building the storyline up is working. And I hope that they keep this up going towards WrestleMania. They have to. They really do. If they want to have some better buyouts. But either or, I have to say that I love this Raw. I love every bit of this Raw. I think this Raw was absolutely wonderful. It is great to see all the classic wrestlers again. It was great to see them in prime matches. I loved it. And I'm probably going to be the only one that says it, but I loved it. But I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. Leave a comment in the comment section below, or send me a video response, because I think this was probably one of the best Raws I have seen in a while. I know I probably have 3 of them that I've already said that about. But leading towards WrestleMania, this is going in a good direction. In my opinion, it's going in a good direction. I really do think that they're going to actually pull out all stops for this WrestleMania. It's not going to be the end of the streak, but they're actually building it up to that point. But anyway, I want to see what you guys have to say about this. This is Nature Girl 30 signing off. Peace out. Later.